Today, I'd like to talk to you about what it means to invest in your career, not in your job or your professional development, but in your career, your ability to earn a living now and in the future. It is something we sometimes forget to do. Sometimes we delegate it to our employers or to the gods, and we accept what comes our way. However, I believe that taking control of your career is critical to your success at every stage of your life. It will help you feel more secure, happy, confident, brave, and in control of your destiny. Investing in your career, whether you are working in the corporate, nonprofit, or government sectors, whether you are a young professional or an experienced manager, or even a senior executive, it is crucial for long-term success and personal fulfillment. I want to make this a chatty, super fun episode, so I have compiled a series of examples to illustrate the points that I want to discuss with you. And I'm going to sprinkle some additional extra episodes of the Job Hunting Podcast in case you want to deep dive into some of these topics, which you may think require special attention from you. So let's explore this in more detail and how to do it effectively and what benefits it will bring to you. Let's find out. Hi, I'm Renata Bernardi, and this is the Job Hunting Podcast, where I interview experts and professionals and discuss issues that are important for job hunters and those who are working to advance their careers. So make sure that you subscribe and follow, and let's dive right in. You have already heard people saying that we all need to embrace lifelong learning. But what does this actually mean for you? One of the key lessons that I have learned throughout my career is that it is true. It is important to have lifelong learning. This is not news to you, I'm sure. People talk about this all the time. The problem is we don't know how exactly to do it, even though we know that education shouldn't stop after we graduate. We need to be constantly evolving in your thinking as professionals, constantly learning new things and upskilling. But what does it mean? How do you incorporate it into your schedule? And that's the key, because if it's not in your schedule, chances are you're not going to do it. Now, some employers make it easier for us to do continuous learning. For example, Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, has transformed the company by fostering this culture of continuous learning and curiosity. He encourages employees to learn and adapt. He positioned Microsoft as a leader in cloud computing and AI. Follow him on LinkedIn, read about him, and learn more about what employers do to help their employees and their companies through continuous learning. But you shouldn't rely on employers to activate this important step in your career. Plus, for some of you, lifelong learning comes naturally. It's part of your strengths and talents. For others, it's more hardcore in terms of building the habit and the discipline that you need to do so that it will pay dividends in the future for you. So start by reading the news. It's simple as that. You should find a time every day to read news about your industry, your sector, your company. How I do it, I wake up in the morning and it's the first thing that I do. After I stretch and I meditate a little bit, I get on my phone and I read the news. I like to do it in the morning because it may be that because of the work I do, I need to address something straight away with my clients. There are other ways that you can maximize this using LinkedIn courses, Coursera, Udemy, skill courses that you can find online for free, and also executive education and professional development that need to be well considered in terms of the time and the money that you will invest in doing them. So don't jump into professional development. That's why I make a distinction between career investment and professional development. Professional development is an output of your career decisions. Second thing you need to do is to build strong relationships, because your network is one of the most valuable assets in your career. So investing time in building and nurturing your relationships can provide support for you during tough times, mentorship, open up opportunities that you may not have encountered otherwise. Listen to episode 239 about reputation, where I discuss this in more detail. I was reminded when I was preparing for this episode of Lean In, a book by Sheryl Sandberg, COO of Facebook, and she emphasizes the importance of mentorship in her book and credits her success to the guidance that she has received from mentors throughout her career. I think this is especially important for women in the corporate world, but everybody should aim for that networking to be incorporated as part of their career investment. Then attending industry events. So many people forget to do that once they get a job and they're settled in. But joining professional groups, professional associations, industry associations, reaching out to peers and mentors for advice that are outside your immediate company. Networking is not just about making contacts, but building those meaningful relationships that can support your career growth over time and vice versa. You should be there for them as well, supporting and mentoring and advising them if they come to you. Then there is the focus on your personal growth. So investing in your career isn't just about acquiring new skills. It's about personal development because you will mature and develop over time. And with that will come a set of soft skills that will become part of your brand, and you will be known for either your emotional intelligence, the style of leadership that you have. This will differentiate you in the competitive job market. Again, we discussed this as part of the reputation episode last week, 239. Go have a listen. Consider the story of Indra Nooyi, former CEO of PepsiCo. Her leadership style was very strategic. She was known for her important business decisions that she took, and also for her empathy and the way that she communicated, a strong commitment to her team's growth. And that blend of soft and hard skills was what helped her and PepsiCo succeed for over a decade. So identifying those soft skills, not just through formal learning, but just reflection and understanding of who you are becoming as a professional is really important. And you need time to think and reflect about those. Staying adaptable. The job market is changing too much, more than we have envisioned, I think, when we first graduated, if you're my age. All the economical shifts, the environmental shifts, the tech shifts. So it's important to be adaptable. And this doesn't come naturally to most of us. This understanding that you need to pivot when necessary, that you need to continuously update your skills upon demand, or even present those new trends to your employers from time to time. Think about how IBM has shifted from being a hardware company to a leader in cloud and AI services, and this adaptability has allowed IBM to remain afloat in a very competitive tech industry. So this is the sort of thing that you need to consider as well as a professional. If you were originally a great employee for IBM back in the hardware sort of period, how are you going to transition, upskill, and reskill for now? Those are the things that we need to think about for long-term career success, evolving with the market, with the industries, and with the employers. There's a great episode for this. It's about personal agility. It's with my friend Marian Rue. So I will have a link to that episode on the podcast in the show notes below. Then seeking constructive feedback to develop your career and know where to invest. Don't shy away from feedback. Regularly seek input from your supervisors, your peers, your mentors. You don't need to always ask them for feedback. You can just listen to how they're responding to things that you are doing in the company, and that will give you a clue. Be switched on. And constructive feedback is really a powerful tool for your personal and professional growth. It helps you refine your skills and improve your performance over time. I like this example of Ray Dalio, who's the founder of Bridgewater Associates, and he promoted the culture of radical transparency and constant feedback in the organization. This approach has helped Bridgewater become one of the most successful hedge funds in the world. You can read more if you Google about it. And really embracing feedback as an opportunity to learn and grow in an organization that's in an industry that's really set in its ways, I think was really the competitive edge for that company. Then, you want feedback, be mentored or become a mentor. So engaging in either coaching or mentorship can really incredibly benefit your career. Learning from those who have more experience than you can provide such great insights and be invaluable in so many ways. While if you mentor others, it can also reinforce the knowledge for you, plus it gives you that warm feeling of having helped someone else. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, their mutual mentorship and collegiality in the way that they've worked together has been instrumental in shaping their careers, their companies, and their philanthropic efforts. So mentorship is a two-way street for everybody involved. It benefits all parties, and that's how it should be. And it fosters that culture of continuous learning and development for everybody. Then there is one of my favorite examples of coaching, Atul Gawande. He's a renowned surgeon and public health researcher. His famous TED Talk talked about, if you want to be great, get a coach. That was the title of his TED Talk. And he has shared so many thoughts about mentorship and coaching that he has received from more experienced surgeons. And he realized that having a coach could provide that outside perspective that was invaluable for his development as a professional. And that is TED Talk that I recommend everybody has to watch and understand, because there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You can learn so much from people that are just a few steps beyond you and a bit more experienced than you. I am a coach. I'm a former corporate professional. I'm a former senior executive. I'm a former CEO. I have a background in marketing and management. So I have experience that really relates to a lot of my clients, and I can put myself in their shoes and understand their challenges, their failures, and their successes, because I've experienced that. I have lived experience of that. And also I have that exponential growth of experience from my repertoire of clients. So I have so much to share with my clients and my students. Helping them gain better control of their careers from now on is my purpose in life, is what I do. So look at the show notes, find my website, see how I work, and see if now or in the future there's space for you to invest in your career by working with a coach. Okay, let's move on. What else do we need to talk about in helping you invest in your career? Developing your personal brand. Today, having a strong personal brand is more important than ever. Make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date, contribute to industry discussions, showcase your expertise. You can do blogs, you can do presentations, be part of a panel, present in-house at your organization or outside at events. Having a robust brand can increase your visibility and credibility, making you stand out to potential employers. So if you are keen on career advancement, mobility, finding new jobs, it's important for you to consider this as part of repertoire of things you need to invest time in. Arianna Huffington is a good example of somebody who built an interesting personal brand where she mixed her interest in wellness and her expertise in media, creating the Huffington Post and now Thrive Global. So sometimes things can be quite quirky and unique and authentic to you, but if it makes sense, remember that you can embrace them and there will be a niche and an audience for you. If you want to learn more about personal brand, there is an episode that I'm recommending. I'll put the link in the show notes below for you to have a look. Having a strong personal brand is really important, as you know, so make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date. Contribute to industry discussions on LinkedIn and in events, blogs, presentations, panel discussions, both inside your organization and out in professional settings. Think about Arianna Huffington, who built her personal brand based around her expertise in media and her interest in wellness. Her brand helped her launch first Huffington Post and then Thrive Global, developing a unique take that blended her expertise and her personal interests. So that's something that you could do as well. Find a niche for you that is interest, that is purposeful, and will make you excited about working on it over time. There's an episode about personal brand that I want you to consider if you want to dive deeper into this, and the link to it is in the episode show notes below. A big trend today is prioritizing work-life balance. It's more important than ever post-pandemic. I have noticed a lot of people changing their ambitions and their interests to account for this change in their life. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle. It was, especially before the pandemic. But maintaining a healthy work-life balance is crucial for long-term success, for you to be productive over time, for personal well-being that will keep you productive for many years to come. So make sure you have time for whatever it is that you want to do. It could be hobbies, relaxation, family, friends, and having that balance will keep you productive and prevent you from burning out. So that is part of investing in your career. Sometimes it's just taking time off. Many companies are now understanding this and adapting to this important trend, encouraging employees to maintain a better work-life balance, adding some flexibility in the working hours and wellness programs. These measures, they know, are good for employees because it maintains them motivated and productive, which is also good for the company. It's something that you really need to consider outside of the employer's guidelines. What is it that you want to do? What are your professional and personal ambitions? Try to find that balance that moves you towards that. Looking for more flexibility or hybrid work, is that more important for you? Then start establishing career milestones for you to achieve your goals over time. They won't just come to you naturally. You need to seek them out and identify them and work towards them. And that is about setting clear goals and having goals. Sometimes I work with clients and I can tell that their confusion in the job market is because they don't really know what they want. So that vision is essential, that realistic career strategy that is outlined step by step, well-defined, planned out. It will keep you focused, it will keep you motivated, it will show when you're in front of people, telling them about you, what you can do for the organization, what the next steps are for you. Look at the career trajectory of visionaries like Elon Musk. He has clear goals for his ventures, like it or not. I know he's controversial, but he is focused. He has a vision. He has a strategic plan behind it. It's the key to his success, and it's the key to many other professionals that have that sort of clear strategy and focus. Think about how you can adapt that to your needs, to your personality. You don't need to be a visionary to have goals. Everybody should have goals. Take risks. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Calculated risks, of course, can lead to significant career advancements and great personal growth, whether it is applying for a challenging role, putting your hand forward for a promotion, starting a new project, maybe a side hustle, pursuing something entrepreneurial as part of your career or outside. Embracing risks has rewards and it helps you grow. It helps you identify your soft skills and your hard skills. So include some of that as part of your life. Steve Jobs is a prime example of a great risk taker that drove innovation that affects everybody around the world. His willingness to take those bold steps, to be led by creation, by creating products that were groundbreaking, embracing risk can really take you into extraordinary paths. If you want to understand a little bit more about risks, again, I have an episode that I'm going to list below for you. And with risks, you know what? You have to embrace failure. There's no way. If you're going to take risks, you have to understand that failure should not be considered a negative word. It should be just part of life. It's inevitable. It's part of any career journey. It's part of all career journeys. Instead of fearing failure, view failure as a learning opportunity, as part and parcel with success. Each setback provides you a lesson that help you grow and improve and innovate and do better next time. You become more resilient and more experienced, more mature. Where do you think wisdom comes from? It comes from that perseverance, facing failure that leads to then great success. Thomas Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." And I love that. His persistence eventually led him to build a light bulb. So embrace failure as a stepping stone to your success as well. Finally, I want to talk to you about giving back. Whether it's through mentoring or volunteering, sharing your knowledge and experience with others, giving back to your community can be incredibly fulfilling and help you build a professional reputation and understand better what your career and your life is all about. Bill and Melinda Gates have dedicated significant resources to philanthropy through their foundation, and their commitment to giving back has made a global impact, but also enhance their legacy. Giving back enriches both you as a professional and your personal life as well. You don't need to be Bill Gates and Melinda to give back. It should be whatever you can do. That incremental paying forward that you do as an individual makes the entire world a better place. So there you have it. Investing in your career should be about considering these 12 ideas that I have shared with you today. Some of them will resonate better with you than others, and that's okay. You don't have to do everything, but think about incorporating them as part of your routine, as part of your schedule. It doesn't need to be a daily schedule. It could be something you review every month, every couple of months, making yourself stronger, more adaptable to change, positioning yourself for long-term success, thinking not just about tomorrow, but the decade after this one. Embracing these lessons is about investing in your career and unlocking the innumerous benefits that will come from you spending that little bit of time every now and then to enhance your employability, your reputation, your personal brand. Thank you so much for listening and watching this episode. If you're watching it on YouTube, you probably saw that I'm struggling with the glare again. The sun is shining through. If you want to have more career tips and resources, please follow the Job Hunting Podcast wherever you found this. Remember that in the show notes, there's a link to my website. You can subscribe to my newsletter. I would love if you did that, because then we can keep in touch. And I will tell you all about the things that I'm preparing for you in the future, including more episodes. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.